What's that lurking in the woods? Is it a bear pulling its pud? Oh no, it's Nobby on the prowl again. Scratching his back against a tree, then digs a ditch and bends both knees to squat above it, dumping wild and free. Nobby, 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 pot man and pot beast, to cook a roadkill feast for you. Nobby, 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 you can find him in the woods, gotta wonder what he's up to. He'd admit he looks a state, surprised the Hammock takes that.
What up,
way,
mongrels? Today I'm taking a trip into an area I wouldn't normally touch for love nor money. But after seeing some great videos from Dave, the Border Rambler, Ardy, the Tempest Wild Camps and Walks, I think his name is, you've really got to get a shorter name, mate, says me, step away from the screens, and Paul Chuffin Mesner, I thought I would get myself a hooped bivvy, something that I've done nothing but avoid all the years I've been camping. So what I've done, I had a bit of research. I weren't going to spend out a fortune on stuff like Ridgeraiders because they're a stupid amount of money for possibly something that I am going to hate. Done my research, found something that I thought would easily fit the bill. It's from a company that are well known for making affordable equipment, decent quality. It is the Trekmates Squall Bivvy. The only problem with the Trekmates Squall Bivvy is it is as rare as rocking horse shit. So I found one, the only one I think in the UK, bid on it on eBay and dipped out by £1. So as any sane normal person would do, I started trawling the internet for something which is similar specs, similar length, similar setup, and found the Saylaeto hooped bivvy. In that time, the person that bought this didn't pay, it came back up and I bleeding won it. So now I've got two bits of kit that I didn't really want in the first place, so I might as well set them up for you to see what they're like. The next two videos you're going to get on my channel are probably me out kipping in these things. So let's start off with weighing the bad boy, shall we? We'll start off with the Squall bivvy bag. And the Squall bivvy is coming in, oh, if I could use this scale right, at a whopping 1.2 kilos, including the poles and pegs. The Saylaeto, Stiletto, whatever it's called, hoop bivvy, is coming in at 0.9 of a kilo. First points go to the Stiletto. They've got very similar specs. Hey! This has got a 5,000mm hydrostatic head, 4,000 on the base, 3,000 on the top. Both made from polyester, which is the cheaper of the tent type materials. Both have aluminium hoops, both come with pegs. Size wise and all that sort of shizzle you'll see once I've put them up. What I will say, this Saylaeto one is the second generation. The first generation is the generic Chinese one that everyone would have seen, that was an absolute sweatbox. This now has double vents, front and rear, as does this. When I set them up, you should see, I've not set them up yet, when I've set them up you should see exactly what they look like now. That made loads of sense, didn't it? Vent at each end. I've opened this up to have a look at it. The materials I'm actually not convinced with, but it does receive good reviews. Cost of this is anywhere between £89 new and £110 new. I paid 40 quid off this. If you do, you're looking around, you get them on Amazon and other websites direct from China that may rhyme with Sally Express. Up to you. Everything you touch these days comes from China. I try to avoid AliExpress if I can. Not much point me showing you these going up because it's literally two poles and a few pegs. So I'm going to put them up side by side and we will go from there.
That's for sure. And he don't suffer fools at all. He's got a friend with just one ball. Deep down we know he loves us all, but we never let it show. Nobby, 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 Nobby. Part man and part beast to cook a roadkill feast for you. Nobby, Nobby, Nobby. You're gonna find him in the woods, gotta wonder what he's up to.
Right, so here we have it. On first inspection, both seem of a reasonable quality. Both are seam sealed. The cheaper of the two comes with a ripstop polyester type material and feels sort of textured, whereas this is very smooth. And on the inside, I'll bring you in and show you. You know, like the cheap and cheerful waterproofs you get that make you sweat? It's that sort of material with a white mesh. Not a fan of the white mesh, but mesh is mesh. I actually prefer the feel of this material. I would say it's probably a cheaper material, but I don't know. That to me seems like it is going to make you sweat more or hold more condensation, although it is made from their dry technology, which is meant to be breathable. I'll find that out when I sleep in it. I can't really say much for now. Both bivvies are from the foot to the tip. That comes in at 220. Come on, get over there. And that comes in at 230. Minimal difference, I think you'll agree. One thing I will say is when you're in, it does look like an unpacked bag will fit in there. So when this is zipped up, you have your front vent there. Make sure you're facing it the right way so the wind does travel up. It will go right the way through, and you've got another vent at the back which is covered over. With this one, it doesn't zip up fully both sides. Oh, that's the net. Leaving a gap, a big air vent that can't actually beam gun up. But it does sit under the rain shield. Unless you've got howling wind blowing that way and the rain coming in, you should be okay. I would say there is enough room in the front for a half empty rucksack after you've set up. But the main problem with bivvy bags still remains. If it is hoying it down, you're either stuck inside that thing or you've got to set up a tarp. I prefer the front entry bivvy bags. Bivvy babs? Can't talk today. Bivvy bags purely because the side entry ones are very easy to get in and out of, but if it's raining, they're going to let a lot more in when you're getting in and out of them. I still cannot get my head around, if you've got to set up a tarp to keep the entranceway dry, to keep your kit dry, to sit down and cook and all this sort of thing, why not just make a tarp tent or a tarp shelter and kip under that? It baffles me. But there are bonuses to these. They're great for stealth camping, discreet camping, they're lightweight. Where you can lay, you can set it up pretty much, but you can that with a bivvy bag. I will see. Right, let's have a look here. So we've got the height. Just undo that again. So getting in and getting out, that is coming in at 700mm. Where this one is much lower at 500mm. What I'll do now, I'll shimmy in and see what I think. Take that with me for when I need it. I was quite fortunate that as I was setting these up, I found where someone had left a nice little dog egg for me. So That's nice and simple to get in. My feet are nearly touching the bottom. It's giving me this much room for my bag. Do that up a bit. And that's it with the mosquito net done up. Can I feel the through draft? Not hugely. Will it be enough to keep the condensation off of me? I don't know. Already I'm getting fairly stuffy in here. You can feel that as soon as you open the door. So I would be concerned about condensation in this one also. It's not exactly blowing a hoolie, but it is easy enough to get in and out of, as you can see. You can also see, although I'm not a giant of a man, I know my way around a burger. So if I can fit in these okay, it's going to be okay for the majority of people. I'm just shy of 5'10" on a good day. Make up your own mind. Right, this one here has a centre guy line that obviously you need to peg out one of two ways. Makes it a little bit more awkward to get in, but it is higher at the same time. Absolutely zero issue with that. Again, bit more room to sit up in. Room again at the front for your Bergen if need be. Let's do up the mozzie net. You do get a bit of glare off of the white mozzie net. And again, is there much airflow? I can actually feel a bit of airflow in this one. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit more airflow. Quality again, everything taped. You've got a lot more room foot end here as well, so your sleeping bag's definitely not going to be touching it. Can I roll over? Yes I can. Can I side sleep? Yes I can. So then, the pegs that come with these, gold being for the Trekmates, silver being from the Saylaeto, standard ground stakes that you get, the size up from the mini ground stakes. They do a job, not going to set the world on fire. They're pretty much the same peg, light enough. So what do I think of these two, after getting in them, getting out of them, without actually using them? Concept is a brilliant concept, and I know many people enjoy using them. I'm already sweating like a mofo, climbing in and out. I haven't even done any walking, haven't slept in it all night, etc, etc, etc. Cheap Chinese Saylaeto thingy. As usual, they love putting big white logos on the side of their kit, but I cannot really complain about its construction. The black mozzie net is much better than the white mozzie net. What can you say? It is what it is. Two vents, if it works, brilliant. It's light. The materials are okay at 3000 millimeter hydrostatic head. Not the best, but it should keep you dry. I'll find that out soon, won't I? Height wise on this, getting in and out, brilliant. Bit more airflow, brilliant. The white bug net does give you a little bit of glare when looking through it, and also the whitish inner of this material, it doesn't really make any difference, apart from if it splits over and people can see in, not quite so discreet. Better colour on the Squall, but all in all, two reasonable bits of kit. I cannot say anything about condensation. The predecessor of this one was renowned for being an absolute dog for condensation. I'm not going to recommend this until I've tried it out for obvious reasons. Pointless you going to spend 40, 50 quid on a bivvy that gets you wet with no rain. Absolutely pointless. Might even try that one out tonight. Not sure I might try this one out tonight. They'll be my next couple of videos coming up, I reckon. Feeling the extra airflow in this, I'm a little bit more confident with the Squall bivvy. Ease of putting up, quality of it, it's a Trekmate thing, it's a decent quality. The only downside is you can't bleed and get hold of them. They do another one called the Trekmates Storm, which is a hoop at the front but nothing at the bottom. So I don't know whether or not that is going to affect breathability. You'll have to check it out. I'm not a bivvy expert. Do know a little bit about materials. I know quite a bit about airflow through work. What else can I say about them? One thing, with the materials they have used, you could not use these as bivvy bags standalone without the poles. They would definitely turn into sweat boxes should you lay inside them and use them like a bivvy bag. British Army Gore-Tex bivvy bag would absolutely outperform this every single day of the week. Do like the fact you can get your kit in with you. Another big problem with bivvy bag or bivvy camping, your kit's generally outside. But with these, no. It looks alright. Looks alright. One thing I didn't measure was that. So that's coming in at about 330. And that's coming in at about 480. Big difference. So your sleeping bag stands much less of a chance, depending how thick your sleeping bag is, of touching the walls of this one than it does to that one. That one is lower profile, slightly smaller. You might be able to get it in more places. The tie out points on these are at the side, giving you an easier entrance that way. Don't know why they put it, well I do know why they put it in the middle. They put it in the middle so it pulls it forward, allowing you to get to the flap. The vent, sorry. Much bigger front vent, slightly bigger back vent on this one. Out of the two, if I could only have one, I'd pick the Squall. But it's twice the price. And you can't get hold of it. If you're eager to get out bivvy camping, like some moron obviously was, who's ended up with 2 bits of kit that he didn't want one of, there you go. Anything else you need to know from me? Comes with the right amount of pegs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pegs on that one. Is it 7? 9 pegs on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that one. Right amount of pegs. I would personally put shot cord on the tabs where the pegs go. Saves wearing through them. All in all, 2 reasonable bits of kit. Got a feeling this one may still be a sweatbox, so I think that will be the first one I try out. Will also give me a chance to try out my poncho tarp. I'm also going to try and locate the person that left their dog turds all around here, because it's all over my boot and I'm pretty sure I put my hand in it. There you go, the wafflings of someone that really can't understand bivvy camping, but I've got to give it the same effort that I give cycling, which is also dog toffee. Give it a fair crack of the whip. I might fall in love with it. Go check out the channels that have convinced me to give it a try. Depending on how it goes, either call them bar stewards or say thank you. Got a couple of hoop bivvies. Ta-ra!